What if Superman became so powerful that nothing in the universe could harm him? Not kryptonite, not magic, not even time itself. What could drive the world's greatest hero to sacrifice millennia of life to the furnace of a star? Enter Superman Prime, 1 million, a version of Superman so advanced he can resurrect the dead and recreate entire planets. He's not just the original Kal-El from the present-day DC universe, he's the product of 15,000 years spent in self-imposed exile inside Earth's sun. His powers amplified to a level no one thought possible, but the path to becoming a golden god wasn't just about strength. For Superman, the journey began with a problem no hero could punch their way out of. Superman's story is often defined by his battles, but the real challenge he faced was something no supervillain could match: the passage of time. The Superman Prime 1 million saga begins not with a new character, but with the same Clark Kent from Kansas, the hero readers have always known. Over the years, he watched as the world changed around him, but the hardest part wasn't the shifting landscape. It was watching those closest to him fade away. Lois Lane, the love of his life, eventually passed on. One by one, the Justice League, his friends, his allies, also disappeared, leaving behind only memories. For Superman, immortality didn't mean endless joy. It meant carrying the weight of outliving everyone he cared about. The sense of loss became overwhelming. Every victory felt emptier, every day a reminder of what he had lost. Superman could save cities and even planets, but he couldn't bring back Lois or the friends who had shaped his life. The world moved forward, but he remained unchanged and alone. The ideals he once fought for, hope, protection, justice, started to feel distant. He questioned the purpose behind his endless existence. What was left for a hero who had seen generations come and go, unable to share his journey with those who mattered most? This emotional burden pushed Superman toward a crossroads. Staying on Earth, surrounded by reminders of the past, became unbearable. He realized that no amount of heroism could fill the void left by the loss of his loved ones. Eventually, he understood that he needed something more than the routine of saving the world. He needed to find meaning beyond what he had always known. Leaving Earth behind wasn't about abandoning his legacy. It was about seeking answers to questions that had no easy solution. Superman's journey after leaving Earth became one of self-discovery. He searched for purpose, traveling through the cosmos in search of knowledge and understanding. He encountered civilizations older than humanity, witnessed wonders beyond imagination, and spent centuries trying to make sense of his place in a universe that kept moving without him. No matter how far he traveled or how much he learned, the question remained: what now? His Kryptonian biology had always set him apart, powered by the yellow sun, but he began to wonder if there were limits he had yet to reach. As time passed, Superman realized that the key to his evolution might not be found among the stars, but within himself. The source of his strength had always been the sun. Kryptonian physiology allowed him to absorb solar energy, but what would happen if he pushed this connection further than any Kryptonian before him? This insight changed everything. Superman began to consider the possibility that the next stage of his existence would require more than exploration. It would demand a transformation at the very core of his being. This future timeline, set thousands of years ahead, would eventually see Superman's descendants, like Kal Kent and the Justice Legion Alpha, looking back on his legacy. The world had changed, but his legend endured, shaping the course of history for generations. Superman Prime. 1 million story became a turning point, not just for himself, but for the entire DC universe. The realization that his true potential might be unlocked through the sun set the stage for the most radical decision of his life. What happens when someone as powerful as Superman spends thousands of years at the core of a star? Inside the heart of Earth's sun, Superman's transformation began in total isolation. For 15,000 years, he endured an environment that would destroy any other being, temperatures in the millions of degrees, pressure beyond human comprehension, and a silence broken only by the hum of solar energy. This wasn't just an act of endurance. Superman's Kryptonian cells, already designed to absorb and process solar radiation, adapted to the intense conditions. Over time, his body changed, evolving to absorb and retain energy at levels far beyond anything previously seen in the universe. The process, known as solar dipping, pushed Superman's physical and mental limits. His bones, muscles, and every cell in his body became supercharged with solar energy. When he finally emerged, Superman was changed in every possible way. His appearance was striking, a radiant golden figure whose body seemed to glow with contained power. Some called him White Superman because of this light, but most recognized him as Superman Prime 1,000,000. His form was a living symbol of raw solar energy and the culmination of thousands of years of evolution. This transformation erased nearly all of his former weaknesses. Kryptonite, which once threatened his life, became completely harmless. Magic, a force that had always been unpredictable and dangerous for Kryptonians, lost its effect. Even the most powerful mental attacks, illusions, or manipulations could not touch his mind. Superman Prime 1,000,000's very existence made him immune to the vulnerabilities that defined his earlier life. His powers expanded into new territory. The abilities that once made him a superhero, strength, speed, heat vision, flight, were now amplified to levels that defied understanding. He could move faster than light, travel between galaxies in moments, and his strength surpassed any cosmic entity known in the DC universe. His heat vision was so precise, it could manipulate matter at a molecular level. But what truly set Superman Prime 1,000,000 apart were the new abilities he gained. His mind developed a form of cosmic awareness, allowing him to sense the universe on a scale no ordinary being could comprehend. He could perceive time and space, understand the structure of reality, and anticipate events before they happened. This awareness bordered on omniscience, the result of millennia spent in observation and contemplation. He also unlocked mental and fifth-dimensional powers. Telepathy and telekinesis were now at his command, letting him influence minds or move objects with a thought. His force vision allowed him to project beams of pure energy that could reshape matter and space. These abilities placed him on a level with the most powerful beings in existence, giving him control over the very fabric of reality. Superman Prime 1,000,000 demonstrated these abilities in ways that redefined his role in the universe. He resurrected Lois Lane, not only bringing her back to life but granting her immortality and invulnerability. He recreated Krypton, building a new version of his lost home within Earth's solar system. These feats went beyond heroism. They were acts of creation, showing that Superman could now shape life and worlds as easily as he once saved them. His transformation also allowed him to share his power, an ability that would become important to the Justice Legion Alpha and the future of the DC universe. Even a fraction of his energy could elevate others to heights never before imagined, ensuring that his legacy continued through those who followed in his footsteps. The golden figure who emerged from the sun was no longer simply a hero. Superman Prime 1,000,000 had become something more, a cosmic force, a creator, and a symbol of limitless potential. His journey raised questions about the meaning of power, responsibility, and hope in a universe that seemed to have no limits. As Superman Prime 1,000,000 stood at the height of his power, the very idea of what Superman could be was forever changed. Superman Prime 1,000,000 remains the ultimate expression of Superman's journey, a being shaped by loss, time, and the search for meaning beyond ordinary heroism. He is not simply stronger. He stands as a figure who redefines what it means to protect, to inspire, and to endure. His return in the DC 1 Million storyline was marked by a celebration among future heroes, a reminder that even legends need connection and acknowledgement. As you think about Superman's evolution, consider the tension between limitless power and the loneliness that comes with it. If you're curious about other cosmic heroes in the DC universe, let us know in the comments which one you'd like to see next.